The good news for supporters of the ODM party is that their leader, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, is finally back in circulation. He has been absent for about 1.5 months. And it is super fascinating that on his entry, one of the first things that Raila Odinga has to sit down and sort out is a very curious, alarming accusation by ODM members towards Kalonzo Musyoka. ODM officials and politicians are accusing Kalonzo Musyoka of attempting a coup against Raila Odinga's handshake. Now, top on the list of the actions of Kalonzo Musyoka that make his recent political moves very suspicious, even before the ODM accusations, are the acrobatics he was suddenly involved in. Cutting ties with NASA, wiper cutting ties with the NASA, and then rushing to the negotiation table with the Jubilee Party to be incorporated into Jubilee and into government. And not only that, Kalonzo Musyoka has been trying to make a post-election political deal with the Jubilee Party. Now let me break that down so that it's clear. He has been trying to work out a deal of what would happen, what positions he would get and his party after the next general elections, assuming the Jubilee Party wins that election, or rather wins the presidency, the deputy presidency. And to make matters even more suspicious, Bwana Musyoka has been busy with all these activities while Raila Odinga has been sick. He has taken advantage of the fact that Raila is sick, or he waited, then saw his opportunity when Raila fell ill, seriously ill, and then decided to pounce and make his political moves then. Wah. Drama being drama, Arab drama, all a drama, zote pamoja. Ya! Hebu leta ile bobgon. Now, in the analysis I've done in the past on this politician called Kalonzo Musyoka, many people have accused me of going overboard in my criticism against Kalonzo Musyoka. And maybe those who have criticized me in this way have a point. Maybe they're right. Because I find politicians who have been overtaken by the times, but who still stick to the old political tactics, I find those kinds of politicians extremely annoying. Anyway, in my continued efforts, to forever remain balanced in everything I analyze, I've decided for this particular analysis, I will stick only to the facts. I will not give an opinion. And I want you to analyze the facts on your own and come to your own conclusion. Now, to understand a politician, you have to look at their history and their track record. So how did Kalonzo Musyoka end up in politics? I'll answer that question. In 1983, Kalonzo vied for the Kitui North seat, now the Mwingi North seat, but in those days it was called the Kitui North seat. He vied in that election and he lost very badly to the incumbent, a man called Philip Mutisia Manando. But Kalonzo Musyoka was very determined to enter politics, and he could not wait for the next general elections. And so he went to see a very powerful Ukambani politician at the time called Mulu Mutisia. And according to impeccable sources, very close to the situation at the time, there was a huge celebration which was held. Yeah, several bulls were slaughtered, etc., etc., which was held by Mulu Mutisia in honor of Kalonzo Musyoka and his entry into politics. And this is said to have happened sometime in 1984. And it is said that after this ceremony, the late Mulu Mutisia promised Kalonzo Musyoka that he would be in parliament very shortly. Remember, I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm only giving you the facts. Now, what followed after that is a curious, bizarre set of circumstances that to date, 35 long years later, is yet to be explained. An AP Administration Police Constable, Edward Chambiri, approached Honorable Manando, the MP at the time for Kitui North, and he offered to give him security services, personal security services, to be his bodyguard. And this offer was not made once, it was made twice. At the same time, Manando even made it to a police station and wrote a statement where he told the police that his political enemies were after his life. Then on January 17th, 1985, Constable Edward Chambiri, the one who had offered his services to the legislator, walked up to the MP, who was with his wife and a number of other people, and opened fire. Using his firearm, he killed the MP and 4 other people. His wife escaped miraculously, but he also aimed his gun at the legislator's wife. A by-election for the Kitui North seat was held shortly after that, which was won by Kalonzo Musyoka, and he thus entered politics for the first time. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm just giving you the facts. Put it all together and make up your own opinion. Because what you'll see is some consistency in this matter. Look for the consistency and make your own conclusion. In 1992, the then President of the Republic of Kenya, Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, approached the then Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Philip Mbithi, and offered him the job of head of the civil service and secretary to the cabinet. Professor Mbithi later told journalists that President Moi had given him very firm instructions never to get involved in politics, and to take orders and instructions from only one person and one person alone, and that is himself, the president. And according to the professor, that is why he totally ignored politicians who tried to approach him from the Ukambani region. These politicians approached him, tried to make friends with him, tried to arrange social functions with him, but he flatly refused. And what followed as a result of his refusal is something which cannot be explained. It's beyond bizarre. At the time, Professor Mbithi was an atheist. He did not believe in the existence of a God. But what happened is that he was attacked by unseen forces at his office at Harambee House, office of the president building. He was attacked by unseen forces that threatened his life. And the professor says he was in fact dying, breathing his last. And it's only his wife who stepped into the room, understood what was happening immediately, and rebuked the evil forces, thus saving Professor Mbithi's life. Now, I'm not asking you to believe anything. I'm just simply reporting verified facts to you. Later, Mbithi said he believes that those evil forces were sent to him by Ukambani politicians, and he named them. And there were actually just two. Molo Mutisia and his close political ally. Now, let me remind you of something that Machakos Governor Alfred Mutua said. One of the reasons why he left the Wiper Party and decided to form his own party, the Maendeleo Chap Chap political party. And he said it was because at every Wiper meeting, the agenda for discussion was never development, was never improvement of the party, was never any new project. All that was discussed at Wiper meetings were other people, mostly people who were not toeing the Wiper line. In the old days, this was the normal style of politics. We used to call it siasa ya kumalizana, which means politics of finishing one another. And all it means is that there's always somebody who has to be finished. That's how they play their politics. There's always somebody who has to be cut down to size. The leader and the founder of the Wiper Party is, of course, Kalonzo Musyoka. Right, let's move on to yet another incident. In the run-up to the 2007 general elections, there was a party called ODM Kenya, Orange Democratic Movement Kenya. And the party had both Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka. And when it became clear that the flag bearer of the party to run for the presidency was going to be Raila Odinga and not Kalonzo Musyoka, the registration certificate of the ODM party vanished. It was said that it was in the possession of a lawyer closely allied to Kalonzo Musyoka called Daniel Manzo, who's the current Makueni MP. Anyway, the choice for Raila at that time was very simple. Because by this time, it was too late in the day to register a new political party. And in those days, you could not vie for any political seat, let alone the presidency, without a political party. And so the choice for Raila Odinga was simple, to be the running mate of Kalonzo Musyoka in this ODM Kenya party, or to not participate at all in the 2007 elections. It was blackmail, pure and simple. And those who are close to Raila Odinga will tell you his weakness had come out again. He trusts people too much. He's too trusting. And therefore, he always ends up with egg on his face, with the consequences of trusting other people, raw safi, and assuming they're as good-hearted as he is. But the situation was saved for Raila Odinga at the 11th hour by a lawyer from Meru called Mugambi Imanyara, who had in his briefcase the registration certificate of a party called Orange Democratic Movement, which he had registered. And he sold that party, that piece of paper, to Raila Odinga for a huge unspecified amount of money. And that's how the situation was saved. And so in the 2007 general elections, there were two ODM parties. There was ODM Kenya and there was ODM. Now, from all those factual pieces of information I've given you, you can read very clearly some people's political tactics. So why does anybody expect somebody's political tactics to change this late in the game? How do you teach an old dog new tricks? Let me just leave it at that. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.